the supply chain weekly events update must go on, and we'll just catch up with Benita at another time. So what's going on out there? I've been enjoying this live version of the calendar of events update, and I'm starting to think that maybe we can try to treat this like Good Morning America, except more like Good Morning Supply Chain, and only once a week. So we'll see how this goes. Going to keep trying this live format until it either takes off or just totally flops. So let's go on and get on with the show now, shall we? So a little bit of a shout out to CSCMP, who is one of the sponsors for this calendar. I'm going to start sharing my screen here, and so we can give a couple of visuals here. Let's go for it. Let's see. We're going to go with sharing the whole window. Whoop, that's a lot, right? All right, so here we go. Um, so yeah, you can see everything that I'm going to be talking about, the different events that are going on in the supply chain industry by checking out the calendar itself, which is on the supply chain website, which is supplychainy.com, and then click where it says events. So a quick shout out, like I was mentioning, to CSCMP. They've got a couple of things to let you all know about. One is the event going on in Verona, Italy, June 19th to 20th. That's going to be the European conference. And then they've got a plethora of events that go on throughout the US. And you can check those out and find those going on from coast to coast and from Mexico up to Canada and everywhere in between. So just quick shout out to CSCMP for supporting the calendar. So let's move on and just check out what happened last week. And first and foremost, it was the April edition of the Supply Chain Social Club Warehousing After Dark event. We'll throw up some of the visuals here of the attendees. Our sponsors were RoboWorks and InstaWork and Master Plan Communications. And each of those folks got to come up and tell everyone in the crowd a little bit about what they do and their products and services. And so it's a bit of an educational opportunity for folks to learn on a couple of different topics. And that I actually happened to be in Houston at the time the event was happening. So I was actually calling into the event from another networking event that was going on in Houston. So thanks to everyone who came out and joined in on that April Warehousing After Dark event. I think it was success. As I noted here, the platform now actually tells us how many people connected during the event, how many new connections were made, and so the KPIs, if you will, and it said there was 257 new connections made at the event. So we're really excited about that. That event series has been a lot of fun putting together with Kevin and other folks, and just making that a regular monthly event. And the next one, I believe, is May 22nd, but don't quote me on that one. It will be on the calendar. Um, the other thing that happened last week was I visited Houston and went and participated in the ISM Houston Port of Houston tour that was hosted by My Board Companies and also Custom Goods and the Port of Houston. So that was good, a great experience to be able to go on some boats, some tips. Oh, we don't need sound here, and just see what goes on there at the Port of Houston Authority. We got a presentation from some of the trade managers there that are responsible for basically building the kind of the economic development for the Port of Houston. And so that was good. And then participated in an event called Win Win Wednesday that occurs every month there in Houston, which is a supply chain networking event that takes place there at Spindle Tap Brewery. And so that was a great time as well. That was all happening on Wednesday night last week. So what is going on this upcoming week? Well, let's go take a quick look at the calendar, shall we? So I think the big thing is Break Bulk and Project Cargo is going on. This is put on each year by the Journal of Commerce. And last year, I believe it was in Houston, but it appears this year it is in New Orleans. So a number of those folks that I was talking with there at the Port of Houston were talking about Break Bulk because that's kind of the the setting, I guess, that takes place in. That's Wednesday. That kicks off on Wednesday the 23rd. Wednesday the 23rd. Also, the CSCMP Ozark Roundtable, which is based out of Rogers, Arkansas, is having a roundtable event. And then ISM is hosting a Gen Z and multi generational work environments event. Let's go take a quick look as if that is virtual. That's April 24th from 2 to 3. And that is an online virtual event put on by ISM. Let's go take a look then. Oh, we scooted out here to the full calendar. Let's get back to the list view real quick. Let's see. CSCMP here in DFW on Thursday of this week is hosting a Young Professionals Happy Hour. And I believe that the ISM Young Professionals group is also participating. So this is basically all the young professionals in the supply chain industry here in DFW have an opportunity to get together on Thursday, the 24th. And then on Friday, the 25th, the Revenue Engine Workshop and Lunch with Kara is taking place in Atlanta. So I believe this is their first one of these. Let's go take a quick look at the schedule. Uh, oh, it's a small thumbnail. Can't get the whole thing open. Let's get in here. Here we go. Yep, Atlanta is the first stop, and that is this week on Friday. So you can see the full schedule here and learn more about that at Lead Coverage's website. That looks like an exciting opportunity to learn a little bit about the revenue engine and to hang out with Kara. She's a really high energy person, so always good to hang out. And then lastly, the big thing happening at the end of the week also is the Global Trade Cafe at the Supply Chain Social Club. This is designed and built for international trade and commerce and compliance. So if you've heard the word tariffs recently, then this is sort of the forum to be talking and networking and discussing all that with people who kind of live and breathe tariffs every day. And that's the global trade and compliance folks. So that is typically put on in conjunction with ICPA, the International Compliance Professionals Association, and Benita, again, who wasn't able to join in this morning to help chat a little bit about it, is my co-host for that. This upcoming week, we actually have a sponsor that's going to help. That's going to come on and talk a little bit about their product and service in this space. Let me just go grab a little bit about them real quick. So that's Hugo, and his business and his also he's got his business partner as well, Henry. And I think Henry's going to be the one that's going to be able to participate. But they have a company called True Identity, which helps with everything that you kind of need to know and do in that compliance space for global supply chain. So I would encourage you all, if you want to learn more about being compliant and doing smart stuff with your data and making sure that you're running your supply chains efficiently from an international perspective, to join in. All of the supply chain social club events are free now, so there's no charge for everyone. And the fun thing about the Global Trade Cafe version is that we host it at 10 a.m. Central time, and that's on purpose so that folks from Europe and Africa and Middle East will be able to join in. And so in the past, we have had folks dialing in, if you will, from across the Atlantic. So it truly is our first international scale event that we have at the Supply Chain Social Club. And so would love to see you there. All right. Well, I think that just about wraps it up for this week. If we just scoot forward in time a little bit further, just to see what's coming on a little bit later on, we've got the National Postal Forum going on in Nashville on the 27th. Um, NAFA is taking place in Long Beach on 28th. ACT Expo, which is like kind of for clean air and efficient transportation, is also taking place on the 28th in Anaheim. And then probably the other big event going on at the end of the month is Broker Carrier Summit that'll be taking place in Indianapolis starting on April 29th. So, for those of you all who are traveling to grow your business and grow your networks, be safe and have fun out there. And if you have any other events that you know of or that you're participating in or that you're hosting, feel free to give me a shout. Come on and we'll put your event up on the calendar and then can have you join here live and talk a little bit about your event. So have a great week, everyone.